1, 2, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Zo Diggity in the building. We about to go live. At least can you hear your brother's voice? 1, 2, 1, 2. We got 3 minutes before we go live. Can you hear the sound of my voice?
Like, how does he hear me? I always wanted to
We registering over here as popping. Can you hear my voice?
I got a little weird hair going on.
Yes, you can hear my voice. In the name of Jesus, Hoda the Boko Shah.
Da. Oh, they said, hey, what up, master teacher? That's a good little, I like that.
You little Midwesterner. They said, hello, master teacher.
That was good. I liked it. You shut it.
That was so cute, master.
It was. It's cold in here.
Master teacher. I think Angry Smurf will be here,
oh,
too.
Yay. Yes. Yes. Do it. I don't know what the topic
cuteness of the petite version.
Man, the amount of juiciness she has for how tiny her little body is just ridiculous.
The amount of juiciness.
It's so curvy for how tiny it is.
You've been studying her, have you?
I follow her Twitter.
You know, I don't follow her Twitter.
Oh, her Twitter is the business.
Oh, is it?
I'm terrible at Twitter, but she is fabulous.
Is she now?
I just retweet all her ridiculous stuff.
Leave us.
Her and my best friend, yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. Can you turn my mic up just a little? One.
You're using the wrong chord, bro.
Am I?
Yeah.
Hey, look. That shit just changed. This wasn't the chord last week or last.
I think it's been they just put more shit in there.
Y'all niggas be playing reindeer games, man. For real.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
Cause I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Hey. Man, you could turn that up. Don't you know, you ain't got to be light-fingered on it. Let's get in there, y'all. Welcome to the voice of reason. Zoe Williams back in the building. Listen, this is not a new topic. This is an ongoing discussion. We have to continue to have it. I'm just saying, I'm gonna grow your ass up.
Whoop, whoop.
You know what I dig? I'm gonna grow you up.
Yes.
No, I love the way this one old lady spoke of Krishnamurti.
Oh, okay.
You know, I just like making fun of old white people.
It's pretty easy,
She was like, he will give you the tools to grow you up. Yeah, I want to grow you up. Because we got a lot of fantasy ideas and beliefs and notions and expectations and all types of bullshit out there. And it be emanating from us.
Right.
And we don't really know. Like, we be looking at our partner like, you fuck up. You fool. You got to say it like Lord of the Rings. You fool.
I guess.
I'm sorry, Boromir. You fool. Give me the ring, if but for a moment, I should carry it for you. I'm sorry.
No, that was good.
No, we got a crazy topic today. You're listening to Dash Talk. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. They call me the voice of reason because sometimes I can be reasonable.
Sometimes.
But not all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, the number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. You're listening to the voice of reason, man. Again, if this is your first time tuning into this show, this is what we do. I assemble a group of really talented, intelligent women that come in here and give you a different perspective. And a lot of men not only need this perspective, for a lot of men, it's the first time actually sitting down and listening to women.
Right.
Like, well, fuck it. Let me just see what they got to say. Now, I will say I'm going to give it away after a couple of years of being on the air, but I will say part of my show is a trap.
Well,
because I want the women comfortable,
right.
But I also want them to, you know, pull the curtain back so we can actually see how they really get down. But I try to tell men this all the time. Women ain't gonna show you how the fuck they get down if they feel threatened, if they feel like you're gonna disrespect them at every turn.
Right.
So a lot of times you will hear me interject and say, all right, you guys, you better be taking notes because they telling y'all how women really get down.
Yes, we are.
Because, you know, niggas, men feel like they know women. No, it isn't just men, though. Women feel like they know men.
I mean, most women, I don't know what the fuck is going on, so.
But you feel what I'm saying? Women, you know, men have this sense of, that nigga, all I gotta do is do this, my nigga. All I gotta do is do this. Nah, nigga.
Right.
She's a little bit more subtle than all I gotta do is this.
Right.
You feel me? So, relationship talk with powerful women. We have one in the building right now. Say hey to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Tell them where they can follow you. Tell them who you are, what you're about, your education, how you do what you do.
Oh, you want the whole biopic today? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I'm Tiffany Ram, a.k.a. Tiff Talk TV. You can find me everywhere on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram. My Snap be kind of on the slow side at Tiff Talk TV, TIFFTALK TV. And my background is actually I have a master's in clinical social work. I specialize in adolescent mental health, but all spectrums of the age diaspora. And then I bring my own personal life experience and my own addictions and recovery experience to the board. To the table.
Right. That's how it's gotta be. God
Yes.
damn it.
Yes.
Listen, I found an empty bottle.
You were sad because it was empty,
This
huh?
shit was empty. I thought it had some in it.
He was like,
But I was like this. But let me say this. My man reached out to me today and said, since March 1st, they have sold 72 cases
like from us.
from the show.
Cool. But it could be much more.
Man, can we get to 130 before the end of the
Yes.
month? Like, if everybody in the chat room right now went to totalpackageenergy.com and for $29 ordered a case of this,
Mm-hmm.
you fail to realize that you're actually helping us and the show, you know, because they give us a little tiny kickback. But the kickback isn't as significant unless we move a lot of cases. The kickback is very small, but when you move a lot of cases,
It adds up.
it adds up. So, and it's small because the initial price of a case isn't a lot.
Right.
So they're at 72. Can we get to 130? The
Right.
best energy drink in the world. I'm telling you right now, if you are a truck driver,
Yes.
you driving across country and you don't have Total Package Energy, you're putting yourself and others in danger.
So true. It's so true, y'all.
This is the real shit right here. Please support it. I support it 100%. Also, I went to the post office today and mailed out 8 copies of this.
Yes. 8 people about to get the truth.
The music in the background is the soundtrack for this CD. Let's turn it up a little. Love Matters Revealed. I promise you, if after listening to this CD, your perspective on relationships hasn't altered, then I owe you a pack of now laters. No, this shit is significant. This CD right here, double CD, you understand, with me and Dr. Alan Berger. You understand? Very powerful CD, man. Please go get it right now at my website, IamZoeWilliams.com. Now, another thing I'm promoting, let's get that beat right,
Boom.
is the Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. Powerful book, now available on Amazon.com, the paperback version. You underdig? I'm no longer mailing these out. So the paperback version is now on Amazon.com. Again, I want to hit a certain benchmark.
Nee.
For the month of March, we're 21 days into March.
Right.
For the month of March, we've sold 39 copies
Oh, okay. Hey.
from Amazon.
All right.
My question is, can we get to 65
I mean, we should. Come on, fam.
before the end of the month?
Come on,
Can we get to
fam.
65?
Do it.
I'm just asking everybody to go there right now. Even if you have the book, order it again and give it to somebody who you believe is in need of it. I mean, create workshops, create book clubs. We need this book to trend on Amazon.com. That's my
Yes.
new goal right now. You understand? We need this book to trend on Amazon.com. The only way to do that is to sell copies. Please go to Amazon.com and click the paperback option. Order it right now. If you order it now, I'm going to shout you out.
Do it.
I'm going to
Do
shout you out.
it.
I'm going to look, and if you order it now, I'm going to shout you out. Holographic universe or holographic relationship, that shit is coming.
Right, but I'm trying to warn you people that I feel like you're not gonna even get the little tidbits if you don't read this first book. So y'all need to order this book first, get through that.
You think
And
they need to fuck with this first?
I mean, you got to like a prerequisite. That's like the prerequisite to the next book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you can't just take the master's class without taking the beginner class. What the?
You know what? My old manager was saying, "Hey, Zoe, the relationship dismount has legs, and you're disrespecting it because you're putting out another book." It's like you should have just waited and not told anybody about this other book, and just kept pushing the relationship dismount. Very powerful book, workshop book. It's a workbook, you know, wake up, break up, make up. Go to Amazon.com and get a copy of it right now. On my feet, Android Home. Damn,
Yes.
I don't want to take them off, but these shits is lit.
You and the shoes. Get your life
You get
together.
25% off. You understand? Let me see what I got here. You get 25% off.
These are so fire, too.
If you put my name in, you get 25% off. These shits are bananas. I can't front.
And they're comfortable because they just conform to your foot.
Yeah.
See?
Man.
Yes.
They lit. I can't front. Yikes. Yep.
Feel like where mine at.
AndroidOhm.com. Android like the phone. Ohm, HOMME.com. You go to the website, you buy a pair of shoes, you put my name in, Zoe Williams, Z-O Williams, and you get 25% off. Luxury sneaker brand. You get 25% off. So please continue to support them. Very powerful business. What else do I have?
Well, Tone Talks is being a hater and asking why I got 2 purses. Right.
Ram Omar. If you type in, first off, it's RamOmarNY.com. Ram Omar.
MAR.
NY.com. If you go there and you type in Zoe Ship, right? Zoe Ship, you're going to get free shipping and handling. Yeah,
and then the black one.
Chanice B, Love Matters Revealed is showing sold out on your website. You can order it still. I thought we fixed that issue by upping the amount. We still got like 400 copies of it, so you can buy it still. But look at that crocodile purse.
Yes.
I'm trying to represent brands that don't get the same love as Versace or Louis Vuitton or Gucci. These purses are made in the same fucking factories.
It's pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, the quality is nuts.
I mean, I used to like legit do this. This used to be one of my jobs. I used to model for the Home Shopping Network.
Yeah. So I love it. Ram Omar NY, please support the businesses. All right. We're done promoting. Now we about, hold on, let me change let me get the mood right.
Hey.
Let me get the mood right. Today's topic. Shit. Relationships, man. Everybody in the chat room, first off, if you're listening to the Voice of Reason right now on radio, please understand that our chat room is live. Please understand that our chat room is connected to our YouTube page. Our YouTube page is The Zoe What Show, and it's on YouTube. Subscribe. And you can see us live. You can see how beautiful Tiffany is in her little
Hi.
at Tiff Talk TV shirt.
Right.
I see her out here promoting, taking advantage of the platform. If you don't, I will.
Right.
You understand? You can see us, all right? So everybody in the chat room, I want you guys to all hit the like button. Yeah, this show is gonna hurt. Tone Talks is in there right now. This show is gonna hurt. I want everybody to hit the like button. I want everybody to hit the share button. And don't forget to super chat us up. Anybody that super chats us, we're definitely going to holler at you. The super chat button is the little $sign at the end of the chat room. Down there next to the happy face. Please hit it early and often. We about to get busy. Tiff, are you ready for this topic?
Sure. I like roller coasters.
No, because this is, I just came up with this topic today because I was upstairs after a meeting and I was talking to world famous DJ Clinton Sparks.
Nice. Okay.
And he was talking about support.
Mm-hmm.
And it automatically made me think of last Friday's show.
Oh, which I missed. Sad. But I was handling business, so okay.
It made me think though, like, our expectations are set up to buttress our idea of what we think support is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And this is just another, to me, this is a hindrance that makes relationships so fucked up.
Yes.
Because We don't we'll label some shit support, not necessarily knowing what it is. This is why I said expectations is just a fancy way of saying give me.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And then if you don't give me what I want, then you've let me down. You failed me. You're not the person who I thought you was. I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Today's topic, what is support? A more in-depth look at what it means to have your significant other's back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's about to get even fucking worse. Get to your phone lines. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. True or false? When you're in a relationship, it's essential to be able to depend on one another, to confide in one another, and to be able to trust one another at all times. 323-230-4610. Don't laugh. 323. You see the little trick bag? I be setting traps. It's cool. Is your partner unsupportive of you? Right? Now, if your partner is unsupportive of you, give us an example of what that non-support looks like to you. Please call us 323-230-4610. Are you your worst enemy? Are you your own worst enemy, but you don't know it? 323-230-4610. True or false? Most people are more interested in you supporting / being there for their problems than they are you supporting and being there for your purpose.
Ooh.
See, most motherfuckers want you to support their problems. This is what I mean by that.
Yeah.
I'm lazy. I want you to support my laziness.
Ooh.
I'm hard-headed. I want you to support my obstinance.
Bah.
I'm disrespectful. I want you to support and acknowledge why I'm disrespectful so I get to stay that way.
Yeah.
The flip of that is a real person who's really supportive of you supports your purpose. And sometimes supporting your purpose means challenging who the fuck you think you are right now. 323-230-4610. Oh, God, here we go. Are we supposed to support each other's wild dreams? That talk about empires when there are no black empires.
Ooh, man, I was just reading the Forbes report today. Side note, Forbes report's hella racist.
Gosh. Only 380,000 black old boomer families, have $1 million or more, right? So to come in and be on some my man got to do this, my man got to do that, my man, I'm making 180, he got to make at least 250. We got those.
Yeah.
I got 2 degrees, he needs to have 4.
What? That just means debt. Oh, that's just
I'm
stupid.
just saying. I need him to be the backup for any bullshit that I may encounter, even if I'm not even close to encountering it. 323-230-4610. What is support to you? What does it mean to have your partner's back? If 1 in 3 black men born go to jail, and 1 in 5 men didn't work a single day in 2016, why isn't support framed around black women whining and dining black men that are professionals with high incomes?
Interesting.
Listen, it would make sense if your man was... See, this is where people get it twisted. Right. Now I'm going to throw it to you.
Okay.
This is where motherfuckers get it all knotted up. You wind up having the back of a bum. You wind up supporting a bum, right, believing that a bum could achieve his highest goals despite his biggest flaws. So you think by pumping him up to keep going, to go get that, to realize his his potential, unrealized potential, you think you can push him there without first having him unravel the knots that keeps him where he is.
Right.
Like, not everybody is motherfucking skilled enough to open a person up, have them face their demons. Like, partners aren't therapists.
No, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And even when they are, they don't want to listen to you anyways.
Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then you get frustrated and be like, he ain't shit. Well, wait, maybe he is shit. You just don't have the tools to help him see that he's something. And maybe it's not your job. You know how some motherfuckers get, it ain't my job to build you up. That's the new motherfuckers.
Right.
So, Tiff, explain to me, how in the fuck do you define being supportive today for relationships in today's climate? How in the fuck does that happen?
Oh, goodness. Well, first you have to understand, like, in society today, we have made the word supportive in regards to talking about relationships monetary and resource-based.
Wow.
So when a woman says that to you, I want you to support me, that, like, the low-key context is like, oh, emotional, sure, yeah. But, like, to be honest, most of us have girlfriends for that shit. So we really mean support this school tuition bill, these bills, starting this business, whatever. It's financial and resource-based. If you don't have money, you better have access or introduce me to somebody.
Wow.
Right? So the sooner that other women are just in less denial about it or, you know, willing to be transparent, the easier all of this would be. But for me, I mean, where I wish it would transition to is that support really, truly means freedom.
Oh, wow.
Right? So just give me the freedom to do what the fuck I need to do, because I don't necessarily know you have those resources, or I know that you don't, but give me the freedom to do what I need to do to make this shit happen. Don't be, you know, don't be texting me all day while I'm hustling. Don't be fucking asking me questions about the business. I know you don't fucking understand if I spend time to explain it to you. Just give me the freedom to do what the fuck I need to do. Freedom is the best support ever.
Wow. Tiff, that shit is so motherfucking fire right there.
Man.
But watch this.
All right.
And correct me.
Yeah.
The sisters, I'm educated.
Yeah.
I got a great career.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to know what your FICO score is. I need to know what your education level is. I need to know if you're able to support me. I need to know if you're able to. What I'm trying to map out here or frame here is a lot of times in relationship, men are looked at as pillars. I need to know if you can hold up my burdens.
Right.
Whether they be financial, whether they be emotional, I need to know if you're a coat rack, if you could be a closet for my debt to hang on, if you could be a closet for my unresolved issues to hang on. And I'm gonna look at that as supportive. Is that really supportive?
Again, I don't believe so. But I mean, even like that's what the Christian church teaches women to look for, a cornerstone. That's the fucked up teaching they're teaching you. That your man should be your cornerstone. No, you should be your cornerstone. For those who don't understand the cornerstone in masonry, the cornerstone is like the pillar, the anchoring stone in which they build the rest of the foundation on. Wow. When it comes to building shit. So they have taught women that men are supposed to be the cornerstone. No. and all other areas of spirituality, you and your relationship with the world, the universe, God, whatever, is the cornerstone. So as a society, again, we've already taught women like to externally depend on other people no matter how great your resources are. Right. Again, that's why women now, it's like, okay, you make 100, you want your man to make 200 for what? You want, again, if relationships are a mirror, and you're like attracting similar to you, how are you as a $100,000 income earner supposed to attract a $200,000 income earner? What are you bringing to the table? Why does he want you? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Mary Brown in the chat room just said men are looking for rocks as well. Men want their women to be a rock. Again, it's the inability to know where the fuck we are in the world.
Right.
How the fuck you looking? Listen, UBI. I talk about this quite a bit. Universal basic income.
Right.
virtually a world welfare check. I need motherfuckers to really look this up. Don't believe me. Don't accept anything I'm saying. A world welfare check is being discovered or being discussed by the world's 1%. Why, Tiff?
Because labor is no longer the foundation of your ability to make money. We're no longer a labor-based, workforce-based economy because a lot of things have been mechanized. And so literally human beings, our bodies are no longer needed to do most of the labor that operates our world. So
And machines are more efficient.
machines are more efficient.
They don't get tired.
They don't need benefits. They don't need time
healthcare.
off.
Right.
They don't need they actually make less mistakes. Human error is actually way greater than freaking mechanical error. And so yeah, like machines are taking over a good portion of the workforce. So where do the rest of these motherfuckers go?
Do you see? So now, what does that do to the definition of manhood?
I mean, honestly, it's changing. Our society doesn't have a context for it. And so we're about to go through basically like a societal revolution in regards to what gender roles really look like.
Do you understand? So a motherfucker be like, oh man, you on some bitch shit, nigga, if you expect a woman to take you to dinner.
I mean,
You
there's
on
no
some bitch
precedent
shit
for it. Yeah.
If you expect a woman to ask your ass to marry her.
I mean, we already know how I feel about marriage in general, but you know, yeah.
But do you feel what I'm saying? Again, if the world is changing, but your ideology of relationship is still in the 70s.
Right.
Here we are, 2019.
Yeah.
And your ideation of relationship is modeled off of 70s relationships.
Even as far back
60s,
as 50s. Yeah.
50s relationship. How the fuck you gonna have something when your ideation of relationship is outdated? When do you check yourself and go, I'm doing it wrong?
Well, that's the issue. Like, there's a terrible amount of dissonance, cognitive dissonance in our society. Like, women who want men to only have these certain gender roles that are still, quote unquote, conservative or like old school, old fashioned, but then they still want to reap all the benefits of modern day world. Like, the dissonance is ridiculous.
Right. And again, I had to send out, and I'm gonna tell everybody else the resources here. Go look up the YouTube video by Thomas Shapiro.
The new one? There's a new one, right?
No.
No?
It's called the White Black Wealth Gap.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Go look. See, motherfucker don't want to read nothing.
They can go
They
watch
don't
a
want to
video.
study nothing.
Right.
They don't want to see shit. They just want to have opinions. Let me tell you what a real man gonna do. A real man gonna do whatever it takes. Hold on. Do you understand? When a real man was able to use his goddamn hands,
Right.
that's when that thought process made sense.
Right.
Now, when we start looking up the numbers, you look up Thomas Shapiro. You watch that 30, 40-minute video, and he breaks down the systemic economic gap and how it continues to grow. A man should be able to do whatever it takes. Wherever there are absolutes,
Right.
there are Sith lords. The dark side is there.
Yes.
A man should be able to jump through walls and hellfire listen. When do we stop sacrificing manhood for the greater good of everybody except him? Is it wrong? Am I wrong to even mention that?
No.
Thomas Shapiro, the wealth gap. Look that shit up. Then also I want you to look up the book. It's 800 pages. It's not easy read. It's not an easy read.
And if you say that, oh, Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? It's historical. It's wide ranging and sweeping. I'm about 500 pages in.
Hey.
Great book. Capital in the 21st Century. I know niggas don't want to read though. Niggas don't want to study. Niggas don't want to learn nothing. They just want to go to church and be told how to have faith in phantoms.
Bah.
Thomas Piketty. Right?
Right.
Read it. I'm 500 in. And what I've learned, couple of key points. Number one, generational wealth grows faster than the economy.
Yes.
The economy is what? 1 to 2%?
1 to 2%.
Something like
Rarely at 2% recently.
But 1 to 2% annually. But the motherfucking wealth, intergenerational wealth grows at 2 to 5%.
Yes.
Annually. So if your family got cribs and boats and homes and the shit been passed down from grandfathers and grandmothers and aunties and y'all got resources, the wealth accrues.
Mm-hmm.
Your fucking president is not defined by his income. He's a generational wealth dude.
He is.
His daddy, my dad was able to start me off with a small loan of a couple of million.
$50 million,
What?
y'all. $48 million. That is not a small fucking business loan. I'm sorry.
You'd be like, what the fuck?
And actually, he fucked that up, the true story, and his dad had to make him a low-key, consultant to another business and gave him, another $15 million.
Come on,
because
man.
he tricked off $48 million
Come
the
on.
first time.
Come on. So I'm trying to get our relationships back on track. And how we get back on track is first breaking up with white man's rules of success. You got to break up with his rules of success. You got to stop mimicking what he says is successful.
Right.
And then you got to start looking at yourself and saying, where do we stand in his system? Because once you figure out where you stand in his system, then you could create reasonable, sustainable rules or expectations around how you support me.
That's a whole lot of going backwards before we go forwards. A lot of people ain't gonna like none of that.
Figuring it out. Nigga, you got to get in there and perform like the white man performed. Hold on.
But I'm 300 years chronologically behind and about 1,000 years economically behind. What the hell?
What the fuck do you mean? Because they don't even hear it coming out of their mouth.
No.
It don't sound like what I just said when it comes out their mouth.
Right.
It sounds like this is the right way to do it.
Why can't you do it?
Right.
So-and-so's doing it.
You're supposed to do it because I was able to do it. And because you're a man, you should be able to do it better than me. It's almost like reverse feminism.
Well, none of those words were made for black people anyways, so that's all hogwash.
But do you see what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning into the Voice of Reason, the shit is turned up already. What is your definition of support? Does support mean help me carry my baggage? Whether it be emotional, psychological, traumatic, financial. I need an extra shoulder, motherfucker.
Man, and I used to think that too. I used to really have a lot of those thought processes, your life partner is that person you can tell anything to, and they're supposed to help complete you, and they're like your other half. And you get in that thing and you're like, wait, ain't nobody gonna complete you except you. What the hell is this? This mug don't know shit about me but me. Who knows you better than you? This is stupid.
You just opened a can of whoop ass.
This is crazy, this.
Because now we done went into the category of happiness.
Right. And that's where, I'm putting someone else to say, oh, you're here to support me, is basically saying it's your responsibility to make me happy.
Wow.
And no, it's no one else's responsibility but yourself to make yourself happy. And like we touched on Monday, is happiness is meant to be temporary, so you should be shooting for contentment.
Please
no one
talk
else
about
can
that again, because nobody
make you content.
Not everybody was here when you said that, and that was such a hot monkey lava rock. Please slap niggas upside the dome piece yet again.
Happiness is meant to psychologically, physiologically, as oxytocin and serotonin and endorphins in your body, is meant to be a temporary emotion. It's not meant to be sustained. You're supposed to experience it for short periods of time. So the true goal is contentment, basically just being happy, being present, no matter what's happening.
So now to go deeper, would you say contentment is related to or associated with acceptance?
Yeah, absolutely. Because unfortunately, again, our society teaches tolerance, which is super fucked up.
Tolerance is a silent time bomb.
It is. So yes, acceptance and contentment go hand in hand. Once you're able to accept what's going on, be present, mindfulness, be content.
Right.
You can have hella bills and shit be going crazy, but still be content.
So now let's go even deeper. When we talk about real support, now we could get to the spiritual aspect. We just covered the financial. The spiritual aspect has to do with presence, attentiveness, being attentive in the conflict.
Right.
And being a companion as you do your homework.
Ooh.
See,
being a companion while you do your homework. That's dope. That actually should be the goal. Yeah, that's fire.
That's what it is. That's support.
That is really the definition of support. But people really got it fucked up. They're supposed to be a companion while you do your own homework, but people really want you to do the homework for them.
Do you dig?
You know what I'm saying? Like, people are like, you're here, fix my problems. I have trust issues, so you got to do A, B, and C so I can trust you more. No, or how about you internally look at why you have trust issues?
Then watch this.
Versus projecting other external shit onto people.
Then watch this. Then I'm going to flip it on your ass.
Of course.
By peeping over at your process, critiquing and judging if you're doing your work.
Right, I'm going to micromanage your homework while I judge how you help me with mine.
If you don't, and again, we have to start looking at ourselves in these relationship scenarios and understanding, what am I contributing to the conflict in this motherfucker?
Man.
Are my demands, are my expectations part of the conflict infrastructure that exists within this relationship?
Ooh.
You feel me?
I do.
Niggas, support my weaknesses. I need you to be the backbone for my debt.
Well, yeah, that's how people are shopping nowadays. That's what I call dating or courting or whatever bullshit societal word you want to use to explain it. I call it shopping. We're all shopping for someone to fill in our gaps. Yeah, you got your PA.
Look who just showed up, man. So let me just tell y'all really quickly what's going on. What's up, baby girl? We get glad to see you. Look,
this is why I'm never here, because of this.
Because she's a part of a production crew and she works, and we're very proud that
she was able to do. So you're
literally
working right now.
Yeah.
I see. I was like, you still got your.
Oh, no,
yeah, Love and Hip Hop is upstairs at Dash Radio
they are,
right now.
And I looked like a bum. Good thing I'm changing my clothes after the show.
I was wondering if there's gonna film this.
Yes, Love and Hip Hop is in the studio right now doing a Thug Thizzle, shooting some scenes or whatnot at our studios. I mean, it's pretty dope over here. It's a lot of shit going on.
There's so much going on here.
And again, we're having this great discussion about what is support. How do you really have your significant other's back? Well, get over there.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, where you going to go? Where you going?
Badass.
I think it's like
Angry Smurf?
Well, from what I hear people say all the time, they say, like, even if I'm wrong, don't say that I'm not, like, wrong in front of other people. Like, check me later, but, like, in the moment, just, like, have my back and be, like, supportive.
So check me with respect for my ego.
Pretty much.
Check me while having respect for my ego. And I get it. You're not supposed to disrespect the shit out of your folk or pull in front of them. I get that. But sometimes the shit got to come out.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I agree. Some people, like, feel like that's the ultimate, like, having my back. Like, if I'm in an argument with someone and you right there, and I'm very may well be wrong, you still got to, like, you can't be like, no, you wrong, like, in front of the other person, because then it's like, see, your man don't even, like, respect you.
But even with that, you got some people who just don't like to be wrong.
That's true.
You got some people that just don't like to be put in front of themselves.
Right, absolutely. That's like, even behind closed doors, you can be like, all right, I wasn't going to say this in front of homegirl because y'all was arguing, but, like, you was wrong. And you need to apologize, or you need to handle it this way. I'm just not going to get in.
But what if you get, but how, Sway? This all behind closed doors. But
Not
how?
me. I'm just saying
But
that.
how,
I mean,
Sway?
then that's when you got to talk to your partner and be like, listen, because that's something that is beyond like just a situation where you're beefing with someone else. That's just in general when y'all having normal relationship issues, when disagreements and things like that, and not being able to say, hey, you're wrong in this instance.
So let me ask you both this question. If you gave a percentage indicating how much support you expect from your partner, how much would it be, percentage-wise?
How much support?
Yeah. If you could put a percentage amount.
How much support you need?
How much support you need, or how much you expect your partner to be able to deliver.
100, don't?
Call me right now, 323-230-4610.
Like,
Call me right now.
I was here like not too long ago. You wasn't here. Sorry.
I don't know, man.
Somebody said 20%. Phil, where you at?
I got turned on this mic.
How much support do you need from your partner?
Yes.
Just in your everyday life?
Right.
I need 100.
Probably 100.
See, now
better.
watch this.
I was gonna say, like, to be real. Okay.
Wait. Now watch this. I'm gonna give it to you, Tiff, after this.
Okay.
The chat room is saying 100.
Yeah, they are. I see you.
Do you rely on your friends 20% for support of the 20% of the time for support, but your mate 80%?
Nah.
If so, does that create too much stress on the relationship? Is that too much to ask of your partner with regards to support?
Yeah, so that's where that was actually that was like the percentage I was trying to break down. Actually, is that like mine is somewhere between 20 and 50, depending on whatever the stress is or what's going on. And I think that that's why I said that's why nowadays like the expectation of like what marriage is or what a partner is kind of ridiculous, because you have other people in your life to provide different kinds of support for different needs. And specifically, you should be able to like have coping strategies for yourself. So when or if for some reason you have nobody, can you still survive by yourself? That's the greatest lesson that I learned from my divorce, was like at the end of the day, so there were some days I just didn't want to call people and talk about it. So I had to be able to handle that shit 100% myself, because I just want to fucking talk about it. So I have to be able to soothe my own emotions and handle business and financially make things happen on my own, because it's like some days you just don't want to fucking talk about it.
So if you do not have an internal foundation that is predicated on self-understanding and knowledge, no one can hold you up in the form of support.
Exactly. No. And you never learn learn coping strategies for yourself.
Wow.
So how to deal with things. So everything's external. So what if you do lose one of those people in your life? Now you out 20, 40, 60, 80, 100% of your ability to cope.
Go deeper on coping strategies.
So a lot of people hit me in the DMs, and I'll kind of coach people through. They're like, I'll talk about it sometimes, like building your toolbox. They're like, what's a toolbox? I'm like, it's that. When you're a person who fixes up the house, what do you have in there? You have a hammer, you have a tape measure, you have different screwdrivers. Like, you need the same stuff with how you cope with life, how you cope with stress. My number one thing is working out. Hands down. If I'm super stressed, I'm going to run, because I don't really like running like that, but it works the best. So running, working out, I have my go-to top 4 people I talk to. My mom and my 3 best friends, period. Those are the only people I talk to on the phone. Like, if I don't talk to other motherfuckers on the phone.
Right.
So, and then I go from there. I would like teach people, like, if you're a single parent, my number one strategy is to scream in a pillow in the bathroom. Lock yourself in the bathroom, just scream that pillow. Like, no one needs to hear you, no one needs to know.
A lot of motherfuckers don't understand how screaming
is great for your body.
Sometimes a punching bag.
Yes.
I listen to trap music.
When I worked at a residential treatment center for girls, for adolescent girls, these are girls 12 to 18, I would let them come in my car, turn on the music, and let them just scream in the car.
Right.
Right? Like, to get that out. So whatever it is, if it's running in place, doing push-ups, like whatever that is, you have to find things in your toolbox. Also things that aren't equally detrimental. So a lot of women cope with like retail management or they call it retail therapy. Don't do that. You fucking up your finances while trying to cure something else. No.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you have to find things that are beneficial to your life.
I'm going to give you the phone number one more time, 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. Again, listen, the way society is designed, it is supposed to stress you the fuck out based off of what you have accepted as true.
Right.
So it's true that you motherfuckers gotta have a Christmas. You know how many motherfuckers spend rent money on Christmas because they gotta have it?
Yeah, like
Because
some family
they don't
members
want
I
them
know.
kids to feel a certain way? Wouldn't it be easier to educate your kids that Christmas is a privilege, motherfucker? And sometimes you're gonna have it, and maybe sometimes you won't. Right?
Right.
I mean, motherfuckers don't want to hear me when I say that. They think, oh, you depriving the kids.
Of what? Again, society has wants and needs all fucked up. You don't
There we go.
need goddamn Christmas
There
presents.
we go.
You need rent and food.
There we go.
All right. So if just society get it together, correct your wants and your needs. Your kids don't need, for their healthy development as a mental health professional, they don't need Christmas. I promise you.
But you know how many? Do you know that time of year is one of the most depressing times of year for many, many people? Maybe mainly because of loss, mainly because of finances, but because society say you're supposed to have it.
Right.
You supposed to have it. Now you feel like you're not supporting your kids with the type of life they're supposed to have.
Right.
What kind of? That's what.
It's funnier to me because most of these people be stressing and they're not even Christian. I'm like, this is super crazy.
Right.
America is so confusing.
Now watch me hit you upside the dome piece with this. How does one differentiate between a genuine supporter, aka someone who has your back, and an enabler?
Or a coattail rider.
Sometimes them enablers be coattail riders. They be siphoning off your energy.
Man.
Because they need to feel like they somebody because they're supporting somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my definition lies. I have to help.
So the difference between a true supporter and enabler.
Yeah. A healthy supporter. Somebody who see, let me tell you something. Somebody who knows how to support you in a healthy way challenges you to be better.
Truth.
They will tell you the truth. They will call you out on your bullshit. They will, like Angry Smurf pointed out, they will pull you to the side and say, you know, you fell off. And let me tell you how. Right? And they're saying all of this shit out of love. Sometimes people don't want to hear criticism because they think criticism is negative. They think criticism is tearing people down, when in actuality, you can't build a new building until you tear the old one down.
Oh, that reminds I had a conversation recently where I was trying to explain to someone that we lack critical thinking skills, that our school system doesn't actually teach them.
Right.
And they were mad because I kept saying critical. Like, well, why is it got to be critical? I'm like, this is just the term for how you problem
Why you gotta
solve.
be negative, Nick?
Like, right. I was like, really? Like, Negroes really out here not understanding what that term means.
No.
Like, we got to start all the way back at the basis of vocabulary for us to have this conversation. Like, but that's what I feel like a true supporter is, someone who can give you constructive criticism.
And I'm going to tell you right now, a hype man with no substance is really not supporting you. It's good to have a hype man, but a hype man with instruction, a hype man with positive critique of what you're doing goes a long way. It really does. Give me an example, Angry Smurf, of how somebody really supported you and you grew from that support. Like you flourished under their support.
I probably would say just the people that I work with, like when I first moved here and I started working for this company, they basically allowed me, they supported me when I said I wanted to, I was like, hey, I'll volunteer and do like assist and shadow with auto engineering for the nightclub. And they weren't even paying me. They just said, hey, if you want to go ahead and do that. And they kind of just supported me in that. And with that support, I was able to take over that whole position. Because they kind of like just gave me that opportunity. And I feel like because of that, I was able to do all the things that I'm doing now. And I've met all the people I've met and got the jobs that I got now because they just supported me from not knowing anything. And I was like, hey, I want to just learn. And they saw that I was like a hard worker. And I was just like, I will come in for free and work. And they literally like gave me that opportunity. So I think that support was like, and I didn't even know them. Like, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like you can get support from people that you barely know. Same with you. I met you once. You was like, come on the show, and you wanted me to keep coming back.
And that was it.
And that was it. Because it's like you can get support from people you just met as opposed to people you know for years, and they know what you want to do, but
Right.
they don't care. Like, I know people that don't even listen to this, show, and they know I do a radio show, and they don't even ask, like, hey, how can I listen? But I've known you for years. You know what I mean?
You don't care.
Like
You're
that's
not
that's
interested.
not support. I had a
Right.
radio show in college, and people didn't, friends didn't care, but like the people that I had just met in my major was way more supportive. So
Wow.
it's crazy.
Wow, the phone lines are open. People are trying to call in, but they keep saying, somebody just said, Zoe, give out the real number.
That's the real number. That's the real number.
I'm going to give out the number right now, the number to dial. I'm telling everybody right now. It's too many people in this fucking chat room. The topic is too liquid. It's too fire right now. I need everybody to hit the chat room. Well, hit the super chat button. Hit the like button. It's too many people in here. There's hundreds of people in here, and we only got 86 likes. I need everybody to move and like that right now. Hit the like, the share, and the super chat button. Let me just shout out the people who have hit the super chat button.
What's up with this 99 donations? Like, it's like not a sale price. Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. So you got
like $14.99.
Right. I saw that too.
So you got BB304. He dropped 30.
Hey, I missed that one. Sorry, baby.
Is this Crystal Sims? She dropped $14.99.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
on sale.
it's cute though.
You
It stuck
got
out.
you got Brian Hampshire. He dropped a dub. He says, "Hey Tiff, hey Angry." God, you're famous off that angry shit. They love you.
I haven't
Right?
even been angry in a while.
That's good.
First off, let's stop bullshitting.
Hey, hey.
You were angry the last time you were on the show. Veronica was
Ooh,
talking,
yeah.
and you had an attitude, and you got up
Who
and
was
walked out.
Veronica?
That one right there.
Oh,
that
because she
lady.
kept cutting you off, and it was making me mad. Because I'm like,
Well,
yo,
thank
what's
you for
wrong
having
with
my
you?
back. Thank you. I appreciate
It was
that.
really irritating me. I'm like, yo, relax. Stop cutting him off. Like, he's the host. You can't do that.
Right?
Like, this girl's crazy.
What I will say
Look at
though,
little angry Smurf. She got my back up in here. Don't worry, I
Does
can handle
support,
it. Though.
right,
I can
no.
handle it.
Yeah,
What
you
I
said
will
something to
say-
her after.
oh, but what I was gonna say about support though, you find out who thinks they're too familiar. That's what I realized. Because I have like my ride or die people that are still like they're true supporters because they will correct me, friends, family. They'll tell me their true like input or whatever. But I can tell with some people if they're too familiar with you, they just think whatever you're doing is just, they're just like, oh, you're always doing something. So they stop paying attention. And I'm like, well, as soon as I pop, you're going to be right here trying to be on that thirst train.
You understand?
And the only people who get to benefit are the people who have been consistent.
How about it?
So I think that happens a lot to dreamers. I did a show with a friend of mine can two dreamers be married to each other? How does that work? Because it's like, how do you balance supporting each other?
Again, there's a difference between a dream and a fantasy.
Yes, and I break
Dreams
that
come
down.
with blueprints.
Dreams come with action steps.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantasies are supported by nothing.
Right, and I would never be with a fantasy.
Wishes, and all that shit.
Fantasizer.
That's supported by nothing. Dreams have blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, action plan. Like, it's not hard to be successful if you have a regimented plan. Like, if you've seen somebody else do it, right?
Right.
There's your template.
Right.
And all it takes is a work ethic and an ability to learn from your mistakes.
Right, and as I think we're all entrepreneurs in here, we all get that. But honestly, a non-entrepreneur or a non-dreamer doesn't realize that there's usually action steps in a plan, but they don't understand that there's no actual timeline. For some people, it takes 5 years. For some people, it takes 40. Like, look at Morgan Freeman. That dude didn't start doing that shit till he was like 50.
This motherfucker was old as hell when
Right.
I was watching him
Right.
on a little kid show.
So, they don't realize, like, yeah, there's a template for most things. There's very few original shits going on in the world.
Right.
Okay, so there's a template for whatever dream it is that you have to do, but the timeline, the
Right.
duration, how long one must be consistent, that's what most people, especially a non-dreamer, doesn't understand. And then that's when you find out who's really there.
And there you
Just
have
being present.
And there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Tiff Talk is in the building. you know, I was going to do this show by myself, but Tiff called and said, hey, what's cracking? I said, well, come through.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was telling you to come on Friday.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, fuck it. I guess you're here.
Yeah, I told him I was upstairs, and they were like, oh, yeah, you can go downstairs and talk a little bit. So I was like, all right.
What is support? A more in-depth look at what it means to have your significant other's back. Sometimes most people will define support as your pocket, your resources having that person's back. Otherwise, you ain't got my back. Your pocket, your resources have to have my back. Or what are we? I know it's fucked up, but this happens. This happens a lot.
Not get makeup on my shirt, not get it on.
If your resources don't have my back, if your resources and your pocket isn't one of my biggest supporters, you ain't really down with me. Oh, no, let's not act like these motherfuckers ain't out here.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, that's the issue, though. So, like, most people internally, even if they're not willing to say it out loud, that is their definition of support, but still aren't willing to accept that marriage and relationship for most people is a business transaction.
It's transactional.
The dissonance.
Fuck. You listen, man. You my lover, baby. You're not an ATM machine. I'm not an ATM machine for you. You my lover, honey child. Let me love on you. I'm telling you, love ain't shit in this culture.
Man.
I'm sorry. You can we just be real? The concept of love is, in most cases, not enough. Love don't pay no bills. You gotta go?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, go handle your business. She upstairs working. Come back when you can. They like, where the fuck you? I'm gonna answer a couple of calls. Welcome to the Voice of Reason. You're listening to Zoe Williams on the VOR. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Turn your entire life down. Your life is loud. Turn it down.
Oh, me?
Yes, baby.
All right. I'm on the phone. I'm on the horn.
All right, Jesus. What's up?
Hey.
Turn that life down.
Yeah.
That life is loud right now. Your whole house is loud. I can hear the refrigerator.
All right. Is that better?
That's much better. What's happening?
Yeah, not much. I just want to call in and talk about the topic. I think the topic is, what's the topic about?
Well, what's your definition? What's your definition of your partner having your back? What is, your definition of support?
I feel like they're talking about like the percentage and all that stuff, but I feel like it shouldn't really be about what percentage they give to you. It should be about how you get to 100% or 200% for yourself.
How about it? I fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
How does one support themselves? What is your internal philosophy as it pertains to self-support? And how have you effectively rolled out self-support? I like that. Go deeper, baby girl.
She's got it.
Am I really on the line right now?
Yes, you are. Jesus Christ. What is your name?
This is just hilarious to me. What was your question again?
Your name.
Sorry.
What is your name? That was my question.
Oh, okay. My name's Elise.
What is it?
Elise.
Elise, welcome to the Voice of Reason. I love the point that you just brought up. It was excellent. How does one support themselves? This goes into what is known as self-care.
Yes.
A lot of times we will label support as what you can do for me and have no idea of what is essential that we should be doing for ourselves.
Yes.
Which would, of course, make the job easier on our partners, right?
Right, yeah.
So how do you support yourself? Give me a couple of tips on how you support yourself. How you got your own back.
Yeah, I really think it boils down to, like, being honest with yourself and knowing the things that make you happy and doing those things and eventually turning them into a career. So I think if you are honest with yourself and you're not really looking for anyone else for outside support, you can have your own back. But I think the whole thing with having a partner is that, I mean, they're going to support you and they're going to know what your mission is for life. And ultimately, they're going to make you feel whole, not by giving you anything, but by being there, holding your hand to get to that point.
Good shit. I appreciate the call. Thank you,
I
baby
might
girl.
sound corny, but yeah, that's what I think.
Didn't sound corny to me. I enjoyed your input. Please continue to call in weekly. We love your voice. We love your input. This show is starring you. Thank you for the call.
All right, thanks.
All right, man. She was good.
She was good.
Elise was in the building. If you want to get into the building, please get to your phone lines right now. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller?
So, what's up?
Yeah, what's up?
It's Detroit, baby. We bringing it real.
Yeah.
Come sit and get it.
What's happening, man?
Now you got it. Hey, Tiff, you looking special today, girl.
Thank you.
Way to take your shot, my nigga.
I like that on purse. I like that on purse. That's A1.
You under dig?
Right. If someone want to buy it for your girl, go ahead now.
Ramo Mar.
Well, you know, I already dropped something on it. I already dropped a few flavors on the super chat. I can drop a little something on the purse. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, I did. You out here.
Hustling.
You out here living this life.
Shooting their shots on purse.
Shots are being shot.
But listen, though, for real on the topic at hand, you know, Tiff hit it home. A little earlier in the show, she spoke about timing. And I think within the essence of any relationship, there's a certain capacity of timing in which you have to involve with the two people, because there's certain times where it's time to work. There's a certain time. It's like my parents used to tell me all the time. There's a time and a place for everything. Everything.
Yes, sir.
And so, like I said, with Tiff hit it home with the timing concept, because you don't need somebody blowing your cell phone up. You know damn well he in the bed unemployed trying to see if he can get, you know, trying to hit up on a dove or something or whatever, you know, and you trying to crank out the machine so the man can give you a check. No, that ain't the time for that.
Right.
You know, in relationship to support is nothing more than the capacity of someone to fulfill what you need without you having to have an extreme level of concern.
Yes, sir.
That's all it is.
Yes, sir. Speak on it. Yes.
If your father, and I mean, I'm trying to put it on every level. For example, your birthday is the following week. Your father at your birthday party brings you a bicycle. That's support. Right? In relativeness to support from the father or the parent to the child goes off to school, does well. Better yet, Zoe's son goes off to college. Not only is he starting on the squad, but he's hitting all A's as valedictorian. He's supporting his dad.
Well,
he's like, we would hope so.
That
but,
might be another son of mine.
We would want that for our greatness, but.
But I'm trying to, hey, Zoe, don't hate on me. I'm trying to put that in universe, player. So you know what I mean.
I got you, man. I accept
we all
that.
Are. Come on now.
I received that, brother. Come on with it.
Go ahead, Noob.
Okay, but you know, in a relative sense, back to the definition, support is nothing more than someone giving you something that you don't have the availability to provide at that moment.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Right.
Okay. Whether it's at an infantile level or an adult level, it doesn't make any difference what level it's at. It's not always adult relationship wide.
Right.
Okay. Your boss can support you with a day off, with pay in some capacity.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You know, that's support. Now, as far as relationship and timing, there's a time and a place for everything. You know, there's a time to go see Black Panther. There's a time to go see Cancun. There's a time and a place to work together for, let's say, Black Lives Matter. There's a time to uplift.
Caller, let me ask you this.
Hit me up.
Should support be seen or framed as, I need you to save me from my problems. Emotionally, financially, I need somebody to come in here and make my load easier. Now, please understand your load is the byproduct of mistakes you made in the past.
Right.
The next person that come through here has to take some responsibility for the mess I've made of my life. Is that considered support?
That's a good, okay, I like that question / statement. My answer to that is, well, I'll say this.
I stumped him.
The hardest thing the human entity can ever accomplish is self-discipline.
Wow.
So with that,
here we go.
So with that, it's never anyone else's duty or responsibility to support someone who can initiate their own support for them to turn their life around in whatever capacity that they're speaking of.
Wow.
For example, if you have someone who he just happens to be or she happens to be habitually late all the time,
right?
You can't necessarily change that around.
Right.
That's for them
right.
to initiate on their own. The only outside way that you can enter that is to say, look, if you don't get your shit together, I'm out.
Right. Right.
Now, that's a form of support.
So what you've actually done, wait. I see where you're at. I see where you're at. What you've actually done, because some people might misconstrue what he just said as an ultimatum.
Right.
But in actuality, what you've just, I'm trying to support you, my nigga. Let me support
but break it
you.
down for folks who didn't follow along.
Right. What he's actually done is set a boundary. So now know the difference between boundaries and ultimatums.
Right.
Now we have to go deeper into the distinction between the two.
Now, let's put that relative scenario into what you guys call her.
Okay, wait. Before you say this, after you say this, can I have my show back? Go.
In the same, no, but for real, because this topic is a revolutionary format and process. The Smurf woman who just left, she left a moment ago, she was talking about, how people, they talk down to one another in certain relationships and capacities. Okay, you can support that individual by letting them know, if you want to say something to me, you can say it. Just say it at the right time.
Right.
It's not an ultimatum. It's a switch in which you flip to let them know this is the order of operations we follow.
Right. Right.
And in following that order of operations, you can get whatever response, you can get any positive response you want from me. Just follow those order of operations.
Right. Well, brother, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the info. That shit was fire. You brought the 313 into the building. Good looking, homeboy. Man.
All right, play hard back.
Man.
He did make some good points.
He dropped some points. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I want everybody to hit that like button in the chat room. I want everybody that's listening to Dash Talk Radio right now, get to your phone lines. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I haven't taken a break yet, but I will. But let me put this on your mind. Story time with Zoe.
Yes, my favorite.
Quincy Jones. I always use Quincy and others, but I have so many stories.
Yes.
Quincy was telling me about producing, and he said a producer only polishes what's already there. So when you think about Michael Jackson, he comes in with, which one did he, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. He comes in with that. He comes in with records, right?
Right.
Now, he also came in on that Thriller album. He came in with Wanna Be Starting Something, Billie Jean, and Beat It. So the foundation of what those records were brought to Quincy. Quincy goes in and polishes. Right. Support is polish. It's an accoutrement. It's an enhancement of what's there.
Yes.
Support is not a re-educationing or a reconditioning of a motherfucker.
Right.
A lot of times people think supporting somebody is going in and rebuilding them. No.
That's control.
Yeah. And sometimes people have the expectation that you should come in and remake them. Remake their problems, reset their lives. I'm not your reset button. I'm just here to polish what you got on deck currently. I can enhance it by my experiences, through my perspective, but you can't expect me to fucking recondition you from where I come from.
Right.
Do you see what
I do?
Shit's crazy right now. I want to get to the phone line. I think we got a caller on the line right now. Caller!
We're not.
Boost Mobile. You know what? Let's take a quick break. Let's play Relationship Dumbassification and then come right back. You're listening to Zoe Williams, the voice of reason on Dash Talk. We turned up right now. Today's topic is a doozy. What does it really mean to have somebody's back? Should you have, if you get wealthy, should you support family members that have addictions? Right? And they refuse to get help, but they want you to support, this is who I am, this is what I'm about right now, this is what I'm going through. Just be supportive of that. Gosh, how do you walk that walk with somebody who's self-destructing? How do you do that? Fuck. When we come back, we're going to talk about how to support family members. And no one has purchased a copy of the Relationship Dismount. I'm looking at it right now in Amazon. No one has purchased a copy. There's hundreds of people in there. If we can't get 30 copies sold on this show, then shit. We don't really have an audience.
Truth.
That's
Truth,
real.
though.
Is that
Truth.
real talk?
Truth, though. Yeah.
Like, we don't have an audience.
Right, because a true following, a supporter is someone who invests in you, y'all.
No, for real.
We're really trying to say.
If we can't get 30 copies sold today, man, that's crazy. There's hundreds of motherfuckers in the chat room right now.
Right.
All right, let's take this quick break. We'll be back at 2.2 to set it up again.
This is the death of relationship dumbassification, a thought-provoking conversation with the voice of reason, an exploration into why you and your girl just can't relate. The world is tuned in to the voice of reason, blowing up the foxhole every Thursday evening. If your man is tripping, then talk to Zoe before you leave. Maybe y'all can make it work, and if not, he can tell you exactly how to tell him to kick rocks. Intelligence with lots of comedy. It's not your average show. It's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason on Foxhole Radio.
Hey, that shit so... One more time. Can you play that just one more time? The number to dial is 323-230-4610. One more time. Fire memories, man. That shit is just fire. The track, the feeling, the vibe. Let's get into it.
This is the death of relationship dumbmassification. A thought-provoking conversation with the voice of reason. An exploration into why you and your girl just can't relate. The world is tuned in to the voice of reason. Blowing up the foxhole every Thursday evening. If your man is tripping, then talk to Zoe before you leave. Maybe y'all can make it work, and if not, he can tell you exactly how to tell him to kick rocks. Intelligence with lots of comedy. It's not your average show. It's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason on Foxhole Radio.
That shit is crazy. I'm sorry, man.
Someone said the percussion was dope. Is that you, Donnie? Yeah. So what's
Listen,
actually
man.
super fire on that piece is the bass line. I know this because I used to play the bass.
You feel
This shit
me?
is dope, man.
So my homeboy Joseph Limeberg, this brother, he's the one with the album Astral Progressions, right?
Oh, yeah.
I want everybody to go get the album Astral Progressions. He is a musician. He is a true musician. And his story is about the lineup with having somebody's back, right? He produced 2 tracks on Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly.
Ah.
He produced You Ain't Gotta Lie to Kick It and How Much a Dollar Cost. Those are the 2 tracks that Obama said was his favorite tracks on that album.
Hey.
Joseph Limeberg has a new album out, his first album ever, and he's in his 40s. His first album ever, right? It's called Astral Progressions. Has Kumasi Washington on it, has Belial on it, has Corrupt on it. It's like some weird hip hop fusion jazz.
This sounds fire.
He plays the trumpet, and he's played with everybody. Played with Erykah Badu, played with just everybody. I can't name everybody he's played with, but he's produced records for Snoop. He produced a song on SZA's new album.
Ah, what?
Yeah,
Really?
the girl SZA, the singer.
Yeah.
He produced a record on her album.
Hey, man.
But let me tell you something about Joe.
Tell me.
He's an artist.
Right?
Fortunately, he ain't got no fucking kids.
Hey, go ahead now.
And another fortunate thing for him, his pops is well-to-do.
Ah, so he had a little freedom to.
He had
with his
some
artistry.
freedom to just be an artist.
That's nice.
Not that his dad didn't put no pressure on him.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Because his dad is older. His dad was like, look, motherfucker, this music shit either need to work out or you need to take over the family business.
Well, those are good ultimatums. Okay.
Now, what was beautiful about this guy, his dad, and me and his dad are real cool. Joseph's father is a Jewish guy. His mom is from the islands.
Oh, he's a mixed baby. He's a swirl baby.
So I call him Bluish because his
bluish, black Jewish. That's
Yes.
dope.
I call him he Bluish. His dad, story time with Zoe Williams. His dad is one of the greatest wrought iron artists in the business.
Wait, really? Because
wrought
that's like
iron.
a dying craft that people don't know about.
So when you go to Disneyland in Japan, his dad did the wrought iron gates for Disneyland in
That's
Japan.
intense.
Right. So they've had a little piece of change. But Joe hasn't.
He's an artist.
He ain't had no money.
Right.
And so the woman that was with him had to support his purpose. Do you see what I'm saying? Knowing the difference in supporting a person's purpose over their problems.
Yes.
So in a common way, or in a basic way, or a superficial way, somebody would say, oh, this nigga's lazy. This nigga's a bum. This nigga ain't got shit going on.
Right.
But when you look at him as a person, as a being, he's probably in a better position than most people who are busy working for somebody, doing some shit that's not in alignment with their purpose. Now, if he got a woman who didn't support him in pursuing that purpose,
right,
or maybe had expectations that he should fall in alignment with how she feels he needs to support her,
right,
and her baggage and her problem. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Oh, absolutely. And she even had enough patience and persistence to not add a child to that.
Look at that.
That's how you know she legitimately understood what the hell was going on, because not that children aren't great. They're wonderful, magical little creatures, but also they're the world's greatest distraction. Not that success cannot be had when you have a child, but just know you have exponentially increased your level of other responsibilities. And
right.
So yeah, she was dope to be like, we just gonna hold off on all this shit.
Right. Outside pressure tends to derail, and I'm gonna say outside pressure from distractions tends to derail people from their purpose.
Absolutely.
And again, now this brother is on world tours, getting ready to go on his European leg of the Astral Progressions World Tour. Because when I brought the album in and I started playing it, people was like, shit, this is some different shit. But now he's on a world tour.
Right.
And a lot of times we get caught up in the end result of your purpose because we can't see your process.
Right.
See, y'all not seeing this motherfucker's process, so you think he's a loser. So you think he ain't doing it right. Or you think, you know, you could do this and you could. Wait a minute, hold on. Now look at him. He's on a world tour.
Right.
See, we got to stop being end result motherfuckers. We look at other people's lives in the same way we look at it as at an orgasm.
Man, what?
The
Tell us about
orgasm
this.
is about getting off.
Right.
The orgasm for many people is about achievement.
Right.
It's about reaching that space. Well, shit, the orgasm only lasts a few minutes, nigga.
Right.
Now what? After you've reached that space, now what?
Man, and then you said something that was really important that I think people overlook too, is that to see someone's process but not understand it.
Wow.
You're not going to understand this motherfucker's creative process. It's not your place to, but to be patient with it and respect it. That's the key. Watch it, see it.
But to be on the outside looking in
You don't need
and
to
judging
understand it. Yeah, you don't need to understand it. Don't even seek understanding. Just acknowledge it.
Right.
Know it's here and okay.
You know what? You might be able to make records a little faster if you would just... Would you... What?
Right.
You don't get your monkey non-instrumental ass up. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, we find ourselves judging people.
Right.
Based off of an end result where we don't know the process. Again, if you're just tuning into today's topic, what does it mean to have your significant others back? When do you not have your family members back? See, I can make this real fucking simple. This is when you don't have your families back.
Okay.
When they not in alignment with their purpose. When they not doing something that builds them up. See, it's simple. You look at a kid, you go, oh, this motherfucker just went and got his high school diploma. Great. Now this motherfucker just signed up to this junior college.
Right.
Great. Now this motherfucker done got into this vocational shit that teaches him how to be a cameraman. Okay, now that's when you start pouring into a family member. You can see a family member who has no designs on changing shit about what's broken down in them.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now. How many times have you heard from a family member that heard you doing well now?
Right.
No disrespect. I got a niece who called me out the blue every now and again. Just for paper. It'd be 8-9 months go by. Hey, Unc. And I know what hey, Unc means.
I ain't your sugar daddy, damn it.
I love you. I love you to death. But how are you living? How are you developing your full potential? Again, your partner can only polish your purpose.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting you say that. Yeah, I don't. Oh, that's so funny. People are so weirded out. I'm such an empathetic person. I've spent the entirety of my professional career, serving other people. And then they're like, but look at your family. Your family's a mess. I'm like, yeah, they're a mess because they have access to me, but they don't utilize me. Whereas like clients and people I come in contact to externally do. Yeah, family, I don't spend a whole lot of time. I tell people I put in what you put in regards to helping folks.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're giving your all, if you're giving 100%, I'm giving 100% when you've asked me to help you with something, right? So family members just come, unfortunately, a lot of times like this.
You're like all the others.
Right.
You
and
come
I'm like,
to me with a begging bowl.
What? They'll be so mad if someone asks you for money and you're like, so are you going to repay that with interest, or this is a no interest loan, or where's the business plan at, or, what's the return expectation? People get real funky real quick with you. And I'm like, well, is this just me giving you money, or is this a loan? Like, what's popping here? And why am I just giving you money?
Right.
What fucking broke down in your life? Oh, you can't pay rent again. Well, this is a behavioral thing. So what needs to change for me to not have to pay it next month? So that's how I treat family.
Take us to the caller.
All right.
I want to see if you got it. You got it?
I got it. I can't see if he took the caller or not. I'm sorry.
There's a caller right there. Let me see.
Hey, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh,
See,
Jesus.
boost Momo on you.
There's another one, right?
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, caller. Thank you for calling the Voice of Reason. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello.
Hi, this is Diane, and I was calling from Cleveland.
Is this young Diane from Monday?
Yes.
Hey, girl.
Oh, sorry. How you doing, Diane? Welcome back.
Hi. Well, I feel like support isn't just like financial, and I feel like different people need different kinds of support.
Go in.
At different times. So if somebody just wants you to pour money into them, but their mindset isn't right, you don't support that person financially. You support them trying to get their mind right, and you try to support them by pointing them right in the right direction. And when you see them going down that direction and you see them supporting themselves in the right way is when you get back that person up financially.
I love it, little 19-year-old. I see you,
Yeah,
Diane.
go ahead, Diane.
Little youngster. Thank you so much.
When it comes to the significant other, I know I get a lot of like stuff for this, but I feel like people should be with somebody else that's like on the same wavelength as them, and that doesn't always equate to like, oh, they got to make the same money as me. But when you see that person is doing right and trying to get to where you are, then I feel like you should support them, especially if they like support you and they do right by you.
Girl, you go, girl. You go, you little 19-year-old. You do that, little thing. We appreciate you. Thank you, Diane, for calling. The phone lines are open. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. I'm going to quote the great Rumi, and this is my definition of support.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to quote the great Rumi. If you are irritated by every rub, how will your mirror be polished? Fuck. Listen, I support you by rubbing you the wrong way. I support you by rubbing up against and polishing your bullshit ass plans. That's a real friend. That's a supporter. I'm gonna listen objectively.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna encourage you, but I'm not gonna be an empty hot air balloon of a hype man. I'm gonna be the hype man that polishes you. This is how I do it. I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why that won't work.
Right.
I'm not saying it isn't a good idea,
Right.
but the way you got it set up, I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why that won't work.
Right.
This is how you do it. This is how you touch people. This is how you get into people's space, and then you elevate them. Now, guess what? The only way I can truly support you is if you accept my support.
Right.
Uh-oh. Speak to that, Tiff. Shit.
Oh, God.
These motherfuckers out here want your
Okay.
support, but in reality, they're assholes. Go ahead.
Assholes. I like that. That was nice. Right. So to get support, the person house will be willing to receive it, right? So my best example is this, like, Zoe, you're like life Zoda, basically, in real life Zoda, right? And so I legit had a dude say something to me when we were like, you know, we was talking or whatever. And he was like, you know, Tiffany, you can learn from someone else besides Zoe. And
You don't get your hating ass off a Tiff's line, bitch ass. Oh, I'm sorry.
But of course, in my head, I was like, well, duh. I learn from people in places all day, every day.
I can teach you like Zoe do.
But that was really what he was low-key saying, was like, I can teach you. And I'm like, but I have to be willing to receive from you. Right? And so obviously our exchange was like, he wasn't in a place where like, clearly, like, I didn't respect him enough, or we haven't gotten to a place where, like, I was receiving things as lessons from him.
But you know what's big about that?
Yeah.
You know what he showed you? You know what he showed you?
Go ahead. What?
I'm going to ask you. In that moment, what character flaw did he show you that he has yet to reconcile?
His character flaw?
Yes.
I don't know. Inadequacy? I don't know.
That one. What else? Envy?
Envy, yeah, for sure. Envy, yeah.
So right there, if you're looking a certain way, you can see who the motherfucker is.
Right. And I was just like...
My name shouldn't have never came up at all.
Right. That's what was so fire about it, because I don't even know what the fuck we was talking about. It was something dumb, I promise you. And that's one of my irritating things. I keep telling people I loved the intellectual volley. I'm not actually confrontational. I don't like to argue at all. I like to have conversation, and we don't have to agree. Those are my favorite conversations. But that's how you know it's an intellectual, respectful conversation, because you're not agreeing, but you're still carrying the conversation.
Right.
I should be able to learn from it by learning what your point of view is, which is different than mine. So that's what I respect. But that's usually how I know when I can't fuck with a dude, when everything does become an argument. Because I'm like, wait, why are we this is not an argument. This is a conversation. Like, why does this feel so difficult right now?
Well, let's make the distinction.
Yeah.
The connotation of argument is a pointless discussion.
Right.
Is a battle between who's right.
Right.
For the mantle of rightness. Right?
Right.
But an intelligent argument is essential to the health of intimate relationships.
Right.
Intelligent arguments. Like arguments in the sense of debate.
Right.
I don't agree with that, and here's why.
And then you're like, I listen, and be like, oh, that makes sense. But
Oh,
then this.
Then this.
And then you're like, but then this.
Wow.
Yeah. Those are like my favorite conversations.
Hey,
yeah.
that's thought fucking before we actually put it in.
That part. That part. So.
Thought fucking. Man, if you ain't thought fucked, your relationship ain't shit. Thought fucking. Oh, I love it. Callers, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Welcome to the Voice of Reason. Speak on it. Caller. 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 Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller.
Hello?
Yeah, hell is low. Welcome to the show.
Hey, yeah, what's the topic?
Okay. Now, Jesus, you don't know the topic.
We're talking support, correct?
Wow, you do know the topic. So let me just do this. In what ways do you need to be supported in your relationship? And how does that support either build you up or tears you down? Do you demand that people support your flaws, or do you demand that people support your strengths? How do you ask for support? I think I framed it a little bit for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No doubt. Let's go.
I think entering any relationship requires you to be a whole person and unto yourself, and realizing where, even as a whole person, that you have some shortcomings, and especially as a man, looking for the feminine counterpart to whatever the whole person is that you are. So I think as a grown person, over 30, it's a lot easier with that perspective to understand where your personality is fully formed. But I can understand for a younger person where the problem comes in, where you start mixing in sexual energy with everything, with dating, how things get misconstrued and people start looking for the wrong things. So I've enjoyed the conversation today, and I think it's just a matter of having some perspective on what the young person's dating game is versus the grown person's dating game is.
Well, there it is, man. Thank you so much for the call. We appreciate you calling in and giving us that insight. It was all good. Welcome back to the Voice of Reason. Come on, man. You know how we do. We're going to challenge you. You must be challenged if you are to grow.
Yes.
If you are to grow, you must be challenged.
Yes.
Either willingly or we will drag you. Sometimes your relationships drag your ass down the street.
Does it? Man,
drag
it
your
does.
bitch ass right down the street. You be kicking, fighting against this lesson. This lesson got you by the nape of your neck like you a badass third grader, nigga. Dragging you down the street. Sometimes that has to happen. You think somebody supporting you is giving you what you want when you ask for it every fucking time. Well, let me tell you. Life has a way of giving you the bullshit you've put on a pedestal.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Uh-oh. Go speak on that. Life has a way of, have you just, you really thought that was some special shit you wanted.
Right.
And then you get it.
Right. So particularly for women, like you guys, they've idolized the whole getting a degree thing. They've idolized the get a car, your own place thing. They've idolized all of that stuff. So they got it. Now you get a dude with it and you realize he's a man with no purpose, slave to the man. And now you realize you have a black man with no grit. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of simp-ass men out here just working for the man. And you get in that relationship and you're like, oh shit, this lacks substance.
Right.
And now what? You'll get in there and realize, so I got all the check marks. You got the little black woman check marks, but he's still not fulfilling to you. And you're going to realize why. Because he's all the things the colonizer is, and he had to be to make you happy.
Wow.
And then you realize you're still not happy because happiness is internal. And now you fucked because you're 45 with some kids and a whole bunch of debt together.
And you mad that he can't take that weight off your shoulders.
Right, because what you get to a certain point in life, what I've experienced from working with people is that when you get to a certain age in life, I'm going to say like the midlife crisis era, somewhere around 40, and you realize you're just now breaking into enlightenment, the burden is already heavier. And now they feel like, okay, I've accomplished these other things that people said I'm supposed to, and I'm still not feeling fulfilled. Now what? It's like it's in a high, way higher intensity of concern than when I work with young people because they have that gift of time or the implied gift of time. Of course, we're not all guaranteed tomorrow, but they have an implied gift of time. Adolescents particularly have an implied, it's part of the psychology of how their brain works. They think they're, immortal. But, over 40, y'all are like, oh shit, now what?
And that's another thing. Turn the clock off, dumbasses.
Right. Like I said, there's maps and steps to success, but no timeline.
Right.
Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart, Morgan Freeman, Denzel, all 20 plus years
Steve
in the
Harvey.
game.
Right.
All of them. And that was, I think Steve Jobs said it. He's like, most of these overnight wonders didn't happen overnight. Y'all just don't pay attention to their fucking journey.
Yeah.
You just see the end game.
But see, we're trained to just see end games.
Right.
Listen, let me tell you something. I'm not going to support a hobby.
Right.
I'm not going to support somebody who is self-amnesic.
Ooh. I used to be that way. with
I'm not going to
relationships.
support someone who is good at making a mess of themselves, of their lives, but not good at taking responsibility for the mess made.
Ooh, yeah, that part.
Support is for those, support/polish,
Mm-hmm.
is for those that are committed to the foundational blueprint of what it means to be in alignment with purpose.
Yes.
Otherwise, don't ask me for shit, callers. You're on the line. What's your name and where you're calling from? Speak on it.
What's happening?
What's happening,
Big Zoe.
pimp? Hey, man, what's up, bro?
What's going on, man? It's comedian Joe Fox. What's all y'all doing up
Joe
there?
Fox, what up, pimp?
Hey,
Thanks
what's
for
up?
calling in, man.
What's happening, Zoe, Tiff? Is Donnie in there too?
No,
She's not here today. It's just me and Tiff rolling.
She's in the chat room though, so she
Okay.
can hear you.
All right, what's up? Type my voice in or whatever. What's happening? Support. That's what y'all talking about?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, every relationship, they got to define what that support means on their own. You know what I mean? I mean, hey, the definition of support is to hold something up.
Right.
Hold something up. So you got to define what that hold up is. I mean, if you don't, then, you know, the guy or the girl can end up being a bra for the whole relationship. So is that what you want?
A bra.
Lady? You want somebody to hold up your dreams. That's all you want.
I'm not your life bra, nigga.
You got a bra, go to Victoria's Secret. That'll hold up something.
They hold up and
What
push
you want
up.
me for?
Oh, shit. I'm not your life bra. Man, I appreciate that call, man. Thank you, brother. That was good shit, man.
Yeah. I'll let y'all.
For sure, for sure. Hey, that was good.
Joe's hilarious.
A life
and made a good
bra.
point.
No, he made a great point. To hold something up. Is it right to expect somebody to hold up your debt? Is it right to expect somebody to hold up your hurt? Oh, please. Let's. Oh, shit.
Goodness. So
You ain't got my back if you don't have my side. If you're not holding up my unforgiveness with me.
Right.
Ooh, go deeper.
Okay, so man, holding up your debt, that's so crazy. And it's
I know,
way
Aaron, I
more
know.
complicated than people even understand. So that's just ridiculous. But yeah, I think people do that. I didn't do
It's
that.
a capitalist society. That's just what it is.
It is for sure. And I don't it's all about communication. So I know couples where that works, white people. I'm gonna be
Yes.
real. It's all
Well,
white people.
That's how that works.
All the white people. Okay, let's just be real. I know specifically this one white girl, she actually graduated 2 years early. She was 16, graduated early, went to college, did the whole, got 2 years college free for post-secondary, finished her degree, her undergrad, and she was 20. And the whole time she was very transparent. I really have no desire to actually use this degree. I'm just doing it because society tells me to. And her whole life plan was always to be a stay-at-home mom. She was like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. That's my life purpose. And she married someone, and he just took up those last 2 years of student loans, and she's a stay-at-home mom. That only works for white people, y'all. I promise you. There's not an economic structure to support that even being realistic for black folks. Okay, there's just not.
Even the kids got to work for black people.
Yo,
Get your ass out there.
Listen, to even put it in perspective, we talk about millionaires all the time, and I just think those numbers are beyond people still. They're a little higher than people are comfortable with, that make it really the economic difference, the gap stick out. So Forbes just released a list of billionaires, right? There's 2,083 billionaires. Right? Of those 2,083 billionaires, they excluded any Saudi money. We're just not going to include, that's too much oil money, there's too many princes, fuck them. They're not even including Saudi money, oil, the real oil money, right? Of those 2,083 billionaires, there's 11 that are black. And in black, they're including African. There's actually only 2 African-American billionaires on that list from Forbes, out of 2,083, there's 11 Black African billionaires, period.
Wow.
That's not even a percent.
You know
11
what that
out of
means.
2,083. Come on, Black people. We are not participating in this system.
Wow. That's crazy. Tiffany up here slapping niggas upside the dome piece. From the 5 love languages, there are ways to give support.
Yes.
Quality time.
Quality time.
But see, what makes time quality?
It depends on the person.
Right.
Yep.
So sometimes a person, like you said, depends on the person. Sometimes a person wants to get some shit off their chest.
Yep.
So quality time might involve active listening on your part in order to support.
Yes.
But you'd have to define that first.
Right.
Right? What kind of person they are. Because you might have a person that's avoidant and don't want to talk about nothing. So quality time might translate different.
Right.
So quality time might just mean being there.
Yes.
Even though they're not willing to open up and share verbally.
But unfortunately, in our society, to a lot of girls, quality time means doing. So, whoops.
Here we go. A man can't be a human doing. He has to be a human being.
Just know I really like you if we spend more than an hour together not doing something. I have to really like you to let you be in my space like that.
Do you understand? A man has to be allowed to be a human being in the presence of women. We talked about this shit earlier today. The world is changing. You got to get rid of the 1950s and the 1970 template for relationships and the expectations around what support is.
Yes.
You got to throw that shit out now.
Yes.
Quality time. Words of praise. Affirmations. But I'm going to tell you right now, any of this shit I'm telling you, the outside version of it, in other words, somebody doing it for you, is weaker than the inside version of it, meaning you doing it for yourself.
Yes.
Words of praise spoken and uttered by you are more powerful than words of praise spoken to you.
Always. There's so much science about that. Doing 3 daily affirmations to yourself is so powerful.
Spending quality time with yourself has more power than somebody spending quality time with you.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you something else that's pretty fucking gratifying. Receiving gifts that are given to you by you.
Oh,
Because
yes.
Don't nobody know you better than you.
Right.
And a lot of times niggas think they thoughtful, but they don't be thoughtful. These be keys to get that yoni.
Man.
Is this gift going to be a key? That purse is going to guarantee me
nothing. Sorry, guys. But you can still buy it, though.
some sloppage. Some sloppage?
Some sloppage.
When I tell you I want you to use all the wetness in your mouth, all the wetness your mouth can muster, that purse, that mouth better feel like a tsunami, girl.
Oh, God.
Okay. I'm sorry. And we've derailed. Let's
You've
get back.
derailed.
Let's get back.
Okay, wait. So he said words of praise, quality time. What? He said the word sloppage. I was lost.
Sloppage. Acts of service.
Yes.
Sometimes doing for other people. You know, getting out there. You know, helping people.
That's probably the key to my heart.
You know,
I love
helping
when people do
people
for others.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
When you can elevate somebody else when you're down, the boost on that shit is crazy. You feel me? Listen, man, we've had a great time tonight. I'm just going to say it again. I'm pissed off. We did not get one relationship dismount sell.
You can blow it up. Give $10 right now, my people.
I'm just saying. We didn't. Nobody went to Amazon.com and purchased a physical copy in
That's
2 hours.
You need this book.
Yeah, well.
But also, you now do have the super chat button on your phones and Androids.
Yeah.
That wasn't there before. You could only do it on the desktop. So now I expect all y'all to give.
I want everybody to hit the like button right now. I want everybody to hit the super chat button right now. For our Dash Radio listeners who are listening on the radio, the super chat and the chat room that I'm talking about. So on YouTube, you guys can actually see the shows live. I mean, I got it lit up in here today. Look at Tiffany looking all beautiful on screen. My YouTube channel is The Zoe What Show. I'm asking that you guys subscribe, get people out there, tell them about the shows that we do. Yes, they're entertaining, but they're also insightful. I think we had one of our most insightful shows today. And every now and again, I love doing one-on-one type shows.
Hey.
We always, pull off a good one no matter who's in here with me. And I appreciate it. So hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the super chat. Somebody just donated $5 to the super chat. I appreciate it. Who is that somebody? Chris Porter. We appreciate it. Get to Amazon.com. Get your copy of The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. And we definitely want to hear from you in terms of the feedback, in terms of the information that we shared. We don't know everything, but this is an ongoing discussion. And I hope you guys in the comment section just tell us what you feel about the show and the information and the insight and how it affects the way you see the world. Tiff, where can they find you? And let me just say this really quickly, Tiff.
Yeah.
You got to stop doing those suggestive IGs while you're in your bed.
That's not suggestive. I be fully clothed with blankets over me. It's called pillow talk.
You're in the bed. Mine can go places very quickly.
Well, that's your mind.
Very swiftly.
I'm not responsible for that nonsense.
If you notice, I don't stay in there for like 3 to 5 minutes.
Truth.
Okay.
So.
All right, then I'm out. All right, where do they find you, me?
You can find me at Tiff Talk TV on all social media platforms. TIFFTALK TV. If you want to see more other stuff that I do, you can check out my website at tiffany.ram, RAM.com, tiffanyram.com.
Beautiful shit. Great show tonight. Continue to tune in to The Voice of Reason. Today is Wednesday, right?
Yes.
One more show. Hey, one more show for the week. Friday, we're going to try to hit you guys with another heater. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate everybody who called in as well. We'll be back Friday with another heater. The Voice of Reason, Zoe Williams. I'm out. Deuces.